Gentlemen, HEX, community of all ages. Hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's HEX Update Saturday, which, you know, today is actually Sunday, and if you follow me on Twitter, I actually sent out a tweet yesterday saying, hey, that today, or the HEX Update Saturday is going to be HEX Update Sunday this week because I was out of town. But enough of that. Let's get on to what has happened this week. Pretty cool stuff has actually been going on, if you follow the forums at all, which you may or you may not. They've been doing some revealing cards in very interesting ways. As you can see on the screen here, some of the first one that they revealed was they took a card and they cut it up all different bunch of pieces. You had to piece it back together, and you know it showed you what it was, and that was that Spirit Eagle. And then they had this one here where you just followed some clues. Which one was this one? I think you had to decipher some Morse code and some binary, and it led you to a link somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. And then search for a reveal. This was a word search that you did, and then gave you a URL to go to, and it showed you the actual card. So it's pretty cool how they're actually doing that there. I kind of like those, and I think a lot of people do from the feedback that I'm seeing. So the actual update that we got this week is actually pretty nice. I like it. They call it Elven Evolution. It says, hey Hexers, this week we're showing you some of the new ways you can play with elves as we visit the forest of Ashwood. So we got ruby elves here. It says, in Shards of Fate and Shattered Destiny, elves are stuck to wild magic of Entrath. In Armies of Myth, elves are dabbling with ruby shards to take the resource manipulation of wild and weaponize it. It's pretty cool. I like these cards here a lot. I don't know how well they're going to work, but I do like them. These Ashwood elves are far more aggressive than the elves you've seen in the past. So let's take a look at Ashwood Soloist. He's very similar to Halloween Brave, where the Halloween Brave, you know, gives you a resource point, but you have to choose whether or not to attack with it, where Ashwood, you can do both. So when he attacks, you gain that resource. So he's just a one cost 1/1 troop, which is kind of nice there. And like I said, you know, he's an elf ranger, but yeah, when he attacks, you gain that resource there, which is really nice for basically anything. You know, it's not a permanent one, it's just a temporary one, but still, you know, kind of like how Hex Engine works. So I really like that card. I like all these cards here. So let's take a look at the next one here. We got Ashwood Maestro, how you want to call it. I'm gonna guess that's Maestro, since it kind of looks like conducting going on or something like that, so it'd be a Maestro. He's a 2-cost 3/1. He's a rare. Another elf ranger here, and it says at the start of each champion's turn they gain 2 temporary resources there. I don't know if I like this one. It's very similar to that Cerebral Fulmintation, I think that card is, where each opponent draws a card on their turn. Well, you'll play this, and then you don't get the benefit from it right away. Your opponent does, and I don't like those cards at all. So if this was like a quick troop, we could play it on the end step of your opponent's turn. That would be great, but you know, oh well, maybe you could turn it into that. I don't know if there's any cards out there that turn cards into quick troops yet, but so yeah, I'm kind of up in the air about that one. Not a big fan of it just because of that, but again, still more ramp for you there. The third one here is the Ashwood Blade Master. He's a 3-cost single ruby threshold, which all of these are here. He's a 2/1, another elf. Obviously, he's a rogue though. He's not a ranger. He's got Swift Strike, and for 3 resources, elves you control get +1. So this is where all of this can come into play. If you have a lot of elves in the field, you can use this however many times you can to give them +1 attack. So it's kind of neat there. So yeah, all in all, I like the cards. Again, my least favorite would be the Ashwood Maestro there. So, and then they reveal a new champion to us, which is really cool. And they're like, and what would your new deck be without its own ruby-powered elf champion? They call him Benvolio. I'm going to assume that's how you pronounce that. Benvolio is giving you even more offense, but that unrestrained raw power comes at a cost. Use it or lose it. Just the same with those resources. As the skirmishes and Entrath escalate into battles, you want these new aggressive elves on your side. So this champion is okay. I don't know how much use it'll be. Maybe more so than I can think of right now. But for 4 resources, you can draw a card. If the drawn card is a non-resource card, it gets at the end of your turn discard this. I don't know if I like that. And I mean, do you get to keep it though? I mean, if you play it, Do you still got to get rid of it? I mean, how does that work? It says at the end of your turn, discard this. So that's what it's going to get. Is it, if it's in your hand, you still discard it? Can you play it and then it still get discarded? Because what, unless it's a quick action, you know, what are you going to do with it? I don't, you know, it's, if it's a troop, I don't know. A non-resource card. So it's, I don't know if I like that at all. We'll see how it goes, though. We'll see how it goes. See, the next thing we got here is the VIP tournament. Obviously, I was going to partake in this, but I couldn't because I was out of town, like I said earlier. So hopefully those who did participate, you did well, and you maybe got some of the alternate art cards. I know next month, at the end of June, that'll be sealed, so we'll do that one for sure. That won't be a problem at all. So these are 2 other cards that they've actually showed. I showed them last week, and I don't think we even talked about them. Always forgetting that these were from Armies of Myth. So we can also talk about these. I think this one you would pronounce it Carnosaurus. He's a 2-cost, 2 wild threshold. He's a dinosaur, and he's a 2/2. I don't remember right offhand what he is. I think he's a rare though. Pretty sure he's a rare. Says when this enters play, you may have this battle target opposing troop. When a troop you control battles, gain 2 health. So, not too bad. I mean, it's a pretty early on removal maybe to get rid of something. But outside of that, I don't know. It's an okay card, I guess. And the other one is Valiant Escort, a 1-cost, 1 diamond threshold, 2/1 troop human ranger. And for 1 resource, you can sacrifice him and you can put a card you control back into your hand. So if you got something on the field that you really want to keep, and you know the opponent is trying to get rid of it, use this guy, kill him, or sacrifice him, and get that card back in your hand to protect it. So pretty cool card. I like this one way better than Carnosaurus right now. Because I just can't think. You know, Carnosaurus is okay. I mean, it's not a bad card. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. So then they got some Gen Con stuff here. Gen Con 2015. Of course, HEX will be at Gen Con 2015. The convention runs from July 30th to August 2nd in Indianapolis, Indiana. If you guys can go, that would be awesome. I would always love to go. I'm not sure that's going to work out though. They say stay tuned for more information as we get closer to the event, and of course, as the Gen Con information comes up, I will certainly relay that to you guys as it comes to me. Another cool thing here is TCG rules engineer needed. HEX is looking for somebody who can engineer some cards for them. Says, hey, our HEX is looking to add to its veteran engineering staff. This is where your love of HEX comes into play. Candidates should have deep knowledge of TCG rules and understand complex card interactions. If you are a software engineer who would love to flex those TCG skills here in Orange County, California, please take a look at the job description. So if any of you guys are interested in maybe possibly taking that or applying for that job and want to move out to California, it would be awesome. Go ahead and do that. Another thing they've got here, this I don't understand. I think this was... Whose idea was this? This is completely un-HEX related. The only relation this has to HEX right here is Gameforge. And it says your friends at Gameforge just released a new game. This we're not going to talk about because this has nothing to do with HEX, and kind of almost irritating that it's actually in the HEX update that they put out there. I'm guessing maybe Gameforge made them do it. I don't know if they did it willingly, but so we'll just skip by that and not even talk about it. If you want to read it, I'll go ahead and link the article in the description down below, and you can take a look at, you know, sigils, whatever the heck it's called, when you want to. So that is about all the news we have there. We do have a couple other cards that came out that we'll go ahead and take a look at. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that. And let's bring this over here, and we'll do something like this, and maybe we can just bring that back up. No, I can't do that. So we'll just add another capture, another screen capture here. Put it right about here, maybe. That should hopefully work. And then we'll make it bigger, as big as we can get it. All right, so perfect. Shark. I think it's Shark. I don't know. I always want to say it's Chark, but anyway, Shark hired Horned Elite, 5-cost, 1 ruby threshold. He is a 6/6 troop minotaur. He is unique and he's a rare. Pretty cool card. it's definitely, you have to do it to win the game. You can't leave this guy in the field, or you have to kill him somehow. He's Rage 3, and it says at the end of your turn, if you have any resource points, a random opposing champion gains control of Shark hired Horny Lead. Well, I shouldn't say you have to use them as a game winner. Just make sure you don't have any resource points left. So, sometimes you tap out, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to save some stuff. Well, if this guy's on the field, definitely you don't save anything, or else your opponent's going to get this guy. And I'm guessing the Rage 3 is going to stick. So, what's really cool about this card though is that for only 5 cost, you get a 9/6 troop. Not terribly bad at all. Obviously, since he's unique, you can only have 1, but if you could give this dude speed, then I think you'd have something. So pair him with, the Ruby Enchantress? That's the one who gives people speed? I'm not sure which one it is. Maybe she gives it, no, it's Swift Strike. Anyway, give him speed somehow, or even Swift Strike. One of those would be awesome, but speed would probably be better, and then, you can swing him right away with him. So that is that one. What else we got here? Druidic Echo Shaper, I think that's how you pronounce that. He is a 4-cost, 1 wild threshold, rare troop again. He starts out as 0/0, and it says this has +X/+X, where X is the highest cost among troops you control. And then for 1 shot and 0 resources, target troop in your hand gets +2/+2 and cost +2. I don't know about this one here. It's the +X/+X, where X is the highest cost among troops you control. Obviously, this wouldn't be really a card that you'd want to play on curve, because if he comes out on curve, the highest cost troop you're going to have is going to be 3, so he's going to be a 3/3 for 4, and that's not that great. So you want to play him a little bit later. He's going to be a late gamer, not on 4, obviously. So. Or maybe you can do something where you can ramp up, since Wild has pretty good ramp. Maybe get something out that's bigger, quicker, and then drop this guy. So if you can get him out as a 4/4 or 5/5, I think that would be pretty good. All in all, not a bad card, though. I like it. What else do we have here? I think all of these we have to talk about, tell you the truth. So we talked about Carnosaurs, and then we talked about Shark, and then we talked about Dreamsmoke Mystic. This one here, I think Corey revealed this one on his Twitter stream, I believe. I think that's where this one came from. I like him a lot. Dreamsmoke Mystic. He is another multi-shard card. He's a 3-cost, 1 wild, 1 sapphire threshold, 3/3 Coyote Warlock, and it says you can see the top card of your deck. For 2 resources, put the top card of your deck on the bottom of your deck. So, which is really cool is when this was released, I remember now, I just did the other video about the cards that had been revealed, and they had the Augur card or Ager card on there that you can see the top card of your deck, you can play the top card of your deck, and I said, I wish they made something like that a little bit cheaper. And this is that card there. You can see it, but you can't play it, but you can just see it though. So it's not bad. I like this card a lot. 3 costs for a 3/3. That's okay. Not gonna complain about that one at all. Next one here, we have Ghost Feather, 3-cost, 1 diamond threshold. He's a 2/2 Coyote Warlock again. He's got Prophecy. It says when this enters play, the next troop in your deck gets. When this enters play, you may transform another target troop into a Spirit Eagle. Maybe we have talked about this one. I think we have, because the Spirit Eagle was the card that was revealed. So anyway, there it is again, Spirit Eagle, Ghost Feather. Let's see here. We got Grimm Assimilation. So it's a 4-cost. Diamond Blood. It's a basic action. It says reveal target opposing champion's hand. Choose a revealed troop. Put it into your hand. Not so sure about this one. Here's the thing. It's a 4-cost, 2 threshold. Not only is it 2, it's of different colors. And then you put a troop into your hand from the opponent's hand that you may or may not be able to play. So at face value, this card here right now isn't that great, but we'll see what the set has to offer as it comes out, as more cards are released. But right now, this isn't a very good card, I don't think. I mean, let's just take a look at it. For example, if you play this and you get a card that you can't play, the only thing you can do with that card that you can't play is use it for something that allows you to draw a card, and then you have to discard a card, like Secret Laboratory or the blue guy that comes into play. Was it? I forget his name. Anyway, any card that would do that. Other than that, you have a dead card in your hand, and you just spent 4 resources. So right now, not a good card. I'm not a fan of it. Next one here, we got Harbinger of Stewart. I don't know, maybe something like that. 7 cost, double sapphire. He's a 5/8 rare, and he has, his text is, when this attacks, exhausts up to 5 target troops. This next part here I'm not too terribly fond of, but I think it's okay. For Sapphire threshold of at least 1, there's a 20% chance at the start of each opposing champion's turn. If this is in the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal this, exhaust a random troop that champion controls. So obviously it's going to be you if you have it. You know, but other than that, it's 7 cost, 5/8. It might see some play. I don't know. We'll see. Not a fan of it right now, though. What else we got? We got Merciless Color. This is kind of a cool card. A 4 cost, double blood thresholds, a 3/2 Shinhair Warlock troop, and it says when this enters play, each champion sacrifices a troop. So you can play him for, you know, without having to sacrifice a troop if you don't have any, and then make the opposing champion sacrifice. So I like this one. I'm not a big fan of that it's double threshold, but yeah. This was a card here that they released as one of the clues we had to follow to get this card. It's kind of neat. I think I showed this one too. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Anyway, so Paraphagy, yeah, we talked about this one. If you haven't seen it though, it's a 5 cost double blood, and basic action says destroy target opposing troop, create 4 spiderling eggs for that troop's controller, and put them into their deck. So yeah, it's not a good card. I don't like this card because we're giving we're obviously we're destroying something, but then we're giving the opponent's cards in their deck. But all right, next one we got here is Replica Reinforcements. And this one is a basic action, a 5 cost single sapphire. It's rare, and it says create a replica of a target troop you control, and each troop you control that shares a trait with it, and put those troops into your hand. So it's kind of a I don't know if I want to call it a Replicator's Gambit because you're going to get them, but definitely I don't mind this card right now. I don't mind it. The only thing is, if you create a replica of a troop and all the other troops share traits, you might end up with a lot more stuff, so you got to be kind of careful when you play this, as you don't want to fill your hand up and then have to throw stuff away. Next one here we got Rune Ear Elite, 4 cost, 1 wild. Another Shinhair Warrior. He's a troop, 2/2 troop. He's got Crush. When a troop enters play under your control, this gets +2/+2. Now, the first thing I thought of when I saw this card was, wow, combo that with Surprise Runt Gang, and he comes out as an 8/8 with Crush. So yeah, this is a good card. I like this one a lot. No complaints about it at all, and I'm surprised it's an uncommon. So that's pretty cool. Next one here we got Rhythmic Spiritualist. Is a 3 cost, double wild, Coyote Warlock, 3/4 troop, and at the end of your turn you may put target troop from your graveyard into your deck. If you do, that troop gets +2/+2 and cost -2. Pretty cool. I like that card too. The wild ones, the wild cards seem pretty good. Pretty good. What's the next one we got here? We talked about Spirit Eagle, Time's Offering. This one's kind of weird. There was a discussion on the forums about this card here, because if you let's just read it here. Look, it's a 2 cost, 1 sapphire, and it's socketable. It's a socketable action. It's quick action. So what you do is you void target troop you control. It gets at the end of your turn. If this is in your void, put it into play this turn. That troop gets all socketed powers of this. So it's a quick action. So why is it a quick action? If we did this on our opponent's end step and we voided a card, that's going to stay in the void until the end of our turn. So it's just worded weird, and why is it a quick action? Why would you want to, you know, I guess we could void a card that's exhausted. You know, I mean, it's just kind of an odd that it's worded that way, and maybe it's not right, maybe it's wrong, but it's a quick action that you can't really use. I mean, you can, but you can't. You have to wait too darn long to use it. So I don't know. I mean, you can void it at the end of your turn, void a card, you know, then it'll come back and go into play, and it'll be readied. I mean, you could do something like that, but why would it have to be a quick action? It's kind of an odd card, so maybe we'll get some clarification on that as more cards are revealed or as time goes on. We'll see. So that is the cards that have been revealed since I think the 27th. I think I got the 26th in up there, but I think it should be the 27th, and when I got rid of some of those other cards. But so yeah, pretty neat cards so far. Like I said, it's tough to keep up on where all these different sources are coming from, because you got streamers revealing cards, you got just random cards over on some other website. Luckily, they get posted in the forums. You got some YouTubers, showing off cards. You got Corey showing off cards on his Twitter account. You got cards being revealed in the forums. They're all over the place. So I try to get them all. I'm sure I'm going to miss a couple, but I try to get them all and then show them to you guys. So okay, so let's get on to this week's pack opening. And if you remember, it is the last Hex Update Saturday of the month, so that means Primal pack. So let's go ahead and open that up. Let me, I don't think I'll be in the way. Maybe I will be. We'll take a look at that. Make sure I won't be in the way. Alright, here's our Shattered Destiny Primal pack. Go ahead and boom! Am I in the way? I am in the way. So let's just go ahead and move me out of the way. Just turn that stuff off. No, I wasn't in the way, was I? Perfect. Good stuff. Right. Whoa! Look at that pack there. 2 dragons. Holy smokes. So we got the Diamond Dragon, Tianost, and we have the Ruby Dragon, Zakir. That's pretty awesome. Then we got Noble Heart, Ingenious Engineer, Drew's Unrelenting Fists, Warbot Dropship, Forgotten Monarch, Cottontail Recruiter, Royal Den Mother, Psychotic Arcanist, Furious Wrathbringer, Salt Harpy, Alwyn. Now, many people probably don't know this, unless they fixed it. They did. There was a typo in Alwyn's text down here. His name was spelt wrong. I think the W and the L were switched around when I was going through and entering cards in last week, so it looks like they got that fixed though. Elwyn, anyway. Kismet, Revere, and Bellow of Brigadon. So that is a pretty decent Primal pack. I was surprised to see double dragons up there. Pretty good pack. So let me know what your top 5 picks are in the comments down below as usual. And then from last week's drawing, I'll get those cards mailed out as the video is processing and uploading and whatnot, how all that works. Other than that, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these, be sure to click subscribe down below, and we'll have another video for you soon.